Yeah. Yeah, but I can't hear. I'm watching the stream. I can't. Some audio. Hello. Yeah, the audio is. I, whoever's speaking, I can't. Whoever's speaking, I can't hear them. And the best way to do it is, I mean, rather than me troubleshooting, have somebody else from their phone click on that link and make sure that they can hear. Okay. Yep.
Hey Prakash.
Yep.
So I could hear only your sound. Like basically, why the kid's not focusing on the? I mean,
Whoever's who's witnessed it, they need to. Yeah.
what is it, Prakash? Hello, Prakash.
Yeah, I'm here.
So we are not.
I can see the video. Yeah. Sound na varla. Yeah. I can see the video. Yeah. 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 Just check it out.
Thank you, Ram, for giving us an intro about ATEA. So you touched all the parts like we know now. There are so many opportunities and icing of the cake, like it's like icing of the cake, the ATEA. So interesting to know.
Okay, so
and all
man,
other management people from ATEA, and we release the book there. So anything you do, if you have a community like this, you can easily spread your word and you can have a roadmap which you can easily follow. So that's what I love. And today I'm standing here. Again, Mahendran said, hey, you may be a good fit. Come on, let's. You should coordinate this. I said, okay, Mahendran, are you sure? Then after talking to all the entrepreneurs who are here today, who present in front of you, I learned a lot. There are a lot of energy, inspiration. You can get a lot of things out of them, and then you can create your own roadmap on them. Yeah, very inspiring. Starting each one, say sometimes you think for success, or you are your own. When I talk to these entrepreneurs, each one has a great mission and like a world changing mission in their own ways. Instead of me telling about their companies in detail, I like to have them one after another here. We have a 7 great presentation pitch here, and not everybody is presenting pitching for money. They have each one. So I learned many things just by talking to them for the last few days. We are going to be short in time. So what we will do is each one will give 15 minutes, 10 minutes for the pitch and 5 minutes for Q&A. And I'm sure here everybody is very excited and going to ask a lot of questions. And whoever is looking forward, like me, who wants to do something, you will get a lot of ideas as well. Just by talking with them for 30 minutes in the last few days, I got a lot of energy first of all, and then my vision was expanded. And with the initial intro by Mr. Ram, I have something more to do. So I'm so happy that I'm able to stand in front of you guys today. And I like to, we have 7 presenters. I'll quickly tell the order so that we can go one after another. First is Ms. Usha Priya Ravila. She is the founder and CEO of ATEA. And the good thing is, I was talking to her. She didn't tell me, but already she has customers within ATEA. They are successfully using her product. It's great. We have a great community. That's where the CXO coming in looks like it. I didn't know about it until the CXO forum, but I know she has customers here and actively using it, and you can test your idea very easily. It's a great thing. Yeah. She has a great product. She's going to pitch or talk about it. Then Mr. Venki Ganesan, he's going to present about this product box basics. And he is all energy, I can tell you. It's a great talk. I'm looking forward to have him present what he has for all of us and world-changing business.
He just changed the light energy right here.
Yeah. And then Mr. Karthik Sundaram on Mentor Match. And when I had a very quick talk with him, but I can gauge his experience. I won't say I gauge. I can understand he has a lot more experience. I told him, I'm going to pick your brain for my stuff as well in future. Yeah. And then Mr. Mahesh Narayanan is on New Asian Ventures. So one thing, again, each one, I can say, it's diverse areas. You can take ideas from there. These are all the different ways that you even think. That's how I was. I think I'm very surprised. From my understanding, I think Tamil ATEA is providing a platform for all of us to do something different in the world. Yeah. And then we have Mr. Ranchu Nair, he's from Micrographio. And then Jayashree Shetty, and she's going to present 2 startups. One is Ayudyam, and then the other one is Philadelphia Chemicals. That we all know, we get several ads on that in our WhatsApp group. It's pretty exciting. We can do, say, we always, again, I always watch IPL in India. Then
why we are not doing here? The thought comes, but now we have a person who is driving and she's going to pitch about it. We have a great set of people who are going to present and you are all going to judge. Let's start with Ms. Usha Priya, ATEA.
Good evening, everyone. I'm extremely delighted to be here. First, I would like to thank the whole team of ATEA crew, as well as Ram and the whole expertise, who really gave me the guidance. Thanks to ATEA for giving me the opportunity to pitch here. I think that you all know my name, Usha Priya Ravella. I'm the founder at ATEA. At ATEA, we are revolutionizing the education system across educators, learning centers, schools, the tutors, and homeschool market by reinventing the tools and technologies that are needed for digital education, but without compromising the benefits of a traditional classroom model. At ATEA is currently used by Learning Center, Homeschool, and the Learning Center Corporate, as well as the schools now. So before I really go into the details, I would like to tell you a story. I run education centers as well. On March 14, 2020, I was told to shut down the whole physical institutions. I had to go digital completely. I had an intellectual property material which I can't really share online. So we really just pulled all the resources and then we were sharing the PDF to the students. And then students had to really download, print, write, scan, upload it back. As educators, we had to download it, print, grade it, and then upload it back again to them. So the whole process was such a tedious process. Then we thought, okay, can we digitize the whole materials that we have? And it was such a daunting experience because each one of an assignments that we had, digitizing that took a lot of time as well. And moreover, if you have to digitize this, we were able to give only as a multiple choice questions or open-ended questions to the students, and completely the handwriting was lost. So we didn't know the students are really doing the steps, so they're really absorbing the content. We didn't have any idea. Then finally, after a few months, we said, okay, let's print it and give it to them, let them work on it. When we went to Costco to purchase papers, ran out of papers. We had to buy $100 for a box and stuff, we used to get it for $30. So I was like, one education institution is going through so much of a problem. How is the school system or how are the other education centers are really managing? So I went to deep dive into it and I looked at all the numbers and I did the research. The numbers were really daunting. 30 to 40% of the educators were spending 30 to 40% of their time doing the mundane tasks rather than really spending the time in the classroom. So they were doing a lesson planning, grading, in a bundle of papers, and that's how they used to all work it. That equivalent to $70 billion just in the US. And the next one was, as I said, now everybody is using a technology and handwriting was completely lost. But you know that there are so many cognitive benefits the children get by using their handwriting. We all still write, right? The third one was the schools were spending $2.7 billion. Again, I'm talking about only US market. $2.7 billion spent just for printing papers. So why now? What is the really need now? The process of handwriting in paper is great for students, but it's terrible for the planet. You can see that 34 billion pieces of paper used by schools every year in US alone. It's equivalent to 4 million trees cut. So what are we really going to give back the future generation? So we wanted to really give the educators time because it's really precious. We want them to be focusing on teaching the children, not really spending time on the mundane task. So that's when EdQuil was formed. EdQuil solves all of these issues. EdQuil empowers educators, students, and teachers and parents. It brings in all of managing all of their workflow under one central epicenter. We brought in the whole handwriting features with iOS platform and desktop, and we ensure there is no need to use of a paper. I would like to give you a few case studies. So Miss Tina, she was 30 years she has been teaching in school. And she used to spend thousands of dollars for just getting supplies, like printing papers and pencils and all of those things. She used to spend a lot of time preparing lessons plan every year. Now she has already all the documentations available. This year she decided to use EdQuil. So we gave her the platform and she uploaded her contents into the content repository. She just if anything need to be auto-graded, she graded some answer mapping. Otherwise, she just dragged and dropped all her content into the platform. And then she set up her students, set up her classes and students, and she assigned material from EdQuil itself to the students. And divided into two students, not everybody had an iOS product, so that we have both iOS and desktop. The students literally using their handwriting module, they wrote it inside the platform itself. And she was able to visually see in real time what they are writing. And so she was able to guide them where they are going wrong as well. When the students submitted the work, she was able to, auto grading was done, or if it's a manual grading need to be done, she graded all the work. And if students had to rework on that, she was just assigning back to the students again, and they redid it and then submitted back. So you literally assigned 400 assignments this school year to 7 students in her class. Literally, not even a single paper was printed. So she saved all her time, spending time with the family. This year, it's going to be even more easier for her because she already set up her content repository. She doesn't need to repeat any of her work. And all her time would be used with her family for teaching students. So, and moreover, environmentally, no paper at all. The next case study is sorry about that. The next case study is about a corporate, Safety is Online was a non-profit organization. They had a cybersecurity curriculum and they wanted to be spreading the cybersecurity awareness to all the students. They had all the curriculum, and what they did is they didn't want to give it out as a material that can be shared across, right? And they wanted to have a visualization of what schools are really using the content. And they approached EdQuil. We said it's all protected. We set up a separate corporate account for Safety is Online. They loaded the content repository. Within just few minutes, they can onboard a school into their platform, and the students with the schools were using that without duplicating the content. It was just a one central repository. Any schools who are onboarded, they were just using the curriculum. At the same time, the corporate had a complete visualization, the usage of their content. Again, there is literally no use of paper here. Then third use case is a parent. Tanvi was a student, her mom, she used to always ask for help. And the mom used to download the materials from online. And she used to print it and she used to give it to them to work on it. After it was done, she checks it and she throws away the paper. Or after 1 year, nobody's going to keep saving the paper for that particular thing, right? But now she onboarded with EdQuil. Any documentation that she wants, she goes, downloads, and then she loads into the EdQuil repository. And now what happens? Then she assigns it in EdQuil itself. The child takes an iPad and iPad pencil, she writes everything. So she shows it to her mom, whatever the review that needs to be done. And that's reusable. The next child, that's what the homeschool mom was saying. I have 3 other child. I don't need to go and do reinventing the whole thing again and again. I have everything in my content repository. I can just assign it to my next child to work on it. Again, no use of paper at all. So The most important thing here is that's the reason what we are trying to really solve. Like, with all of these use cases, you can very clearly see that Equil solves all the problems. Equil was formed, of course, the idea was going through all of this COVID problem, January 2021, and we did the first pilot in September 2021, and we did pre-revenues in November 2021, and we just came into the revenue model March 2022. The traction, we don't only do platforms or providers, right? We also do services. If any company approaches us to do white labeling, because the intention behind this is like really protecting the earth for us, right? So we are doing a white labeling and we are also doing a services if they want content management or anything. So far with this year, we had a 30K revenue and we are offering the services. You can see that we have onboarded 800 students and 23 plus schools. And of course, we are supporting a nonprofit organizations as well. These are all our client base right now, and you can see there are schools from India, as I told you, the cybersecurity curriculum. It is being used by schools in India. Just the Kaitan school and Mount Litra Aziz schools, they are like almost 200 schools in India, each of them. And so these are CS Academy and Rosary Educations were just onboarded. Extra curriculum, I think Mahendran, very close to Mahendran as well, so he onboarded as well. And the Past Learning Center is basically a corporate. So we are also working with the tutoring companies who are a franchisor and who can give it to franchisees. Again, it's a one setup. Any franchisees who onboards, it becomes very easy. But as a franchisor, he will have the whole control on what is really being used. So our target market is both B2B and a B2C model. B2B is like we are primarily focusing on learning centers, tutors, and franchise corporate and publication companies. And the B2C is the homeschool and the parent. And the market size is $15.8 billion. Is the whole total TAM. But the SOM is like 1.5 billion. It's primarily because we are focusing on learning centers to begin with. The business model has like all the pricing structure here. We are going with a different pricing structure for different entities. And the competitive advantage, we definitely have a handwriting module. Don't need to recreate any of the content. You can just upload and do the answer mapping. And the central repository is protected and especially centralized and unified. And of course, I have with like 24 years of experience. I was a senior vice president heading multiple different organizations globally. And my primary focus in my organization was, I'm currently not working, but in my experience, I saved $100 million. I always used to look for automations, cost efficiency, and bringing in savings for the firm. And so I've saved more than $100 million by implementing the right solutions in the company. So I'm trying to do the same thing here in the education system as well. And me being as an educator for more than 10 years, I know the whole pain points of what we are facing on a day-to-day basis. So I'm ensuring all of those problems are resolved here. And I was recognized as the national #1 education center for the past consecutive 8 years. And this is currently advisory board. So Vamsi Sisla and Shiva, I think many people know Shiva, and Ms. Rajani. And this is the future roadmap. We are planning to launch this in India as well, Q3 of 2022. And we are going to be launching our Equil Home product and Equil Publications product as well. We are raising 2 million in SAVE. I think that's pretty much it. So you all know what I'm doing, the purpose of my mission. So I'm more environmentally conscious about it because my previous company was Terramarai. We used to take the fallen leaves. I was like completely against with the plastic pollution, right? That was the previous company my Terramarai was formed. We take fallen leaves and we make products out of that. Why would we really cut the trees, right? So that was my intention behind it. And whoever believes in this mission and what we are really giving back to our future generation, are we going to be completely demolishing all these trees and we're going to give them nothing? And if you believe in the mission of protecting our future as well as the earth, please join with me. Thank you. Bye.
You got more than extra, so. Each team is going to get 15 minutes. We used up 15. For quick Q&A, if anybody has any questions.
How do you reach the parents? Like if
no school is using the product, like just the parent wants to use it. What
Yeah.
do you think that purpose?
As I said, as I told you, right, we are currently focusing on all the marketing. That's like the huge sales and marketing is the next focus to bring in awareness about, like, the trees and the environmental damages that we are really doing. Right, they don't need to print paper. If you are going to anyway throw it away, you could just reuse it for it. Then they can just leverage. Even now we have a product available. They can go register as a parent and they can start using the platform.
What was your question? How are you going to reach who?
Parents.
Parents.
Facebook advertising. It will reach everybody.
It's a marketing primarily.
No, there are ways to reach parents.
Yeah, but if the school is not using the platform,
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. So yeah, purely through marketing we can do that. But yeah, there are a lot of funds needed. Like they say, like, okay, I need it. If you don't have $5,000, like spend just the ad spend, nothing will happen. So you need to start putting in money for that.
So is it multilingual? Does it support?
Currently, it is only English, but we are in the future phase. We are going to be bringing in all the multilinguals.
One of the use case you mentioned, the real-time monitoring.
Mm.
Is it like the teacher
Yes.
monitoring the homework time?
It's not a homework time, what they are working on. Let's say the students, the teacher is teaching, the child could be watching a YouTube video, right? You have no idea, like, whether the child is really engaged or not. But in our platform, the teacher can view very clearly, line by line, because we save as a pixel. Every handwriting module, everything that they write, we save it as a pixels. So whatever they write, we can see it. Okay, what they are writing.
On the screen monitor.
Yeah, and the teachers, like the whole reporting features that we have, they can visually see it. That's why we say, okay, you're not working. We see that you're doing something else. So
what is the level of flexibility for an educator to put their content?
it's very easy. It's very easy. You can literally drag and drop. So we have, you can drag and drop. We have something called content folder features as well. Let's say you have multiple subjects, right? The teachers can create a multiple folders so they can organize it. And when you assign it for your child, you can just assign that folder. All the underlying content into that will be used. So you don't need to do your multiple assignments also. We are working on a lot of features. Like, there's a huge line of features that we built. Currently, that's how Safe Teams uses it. They created everything and the cybersecurity curriculum. They created as a modules. They created like a folders and they put all of those things. So it's a cybersecurity basics is the first unit. The school assigns cybersecurity basics as a unit. All the content related to that will just like come to them. It will assign as into the class.
So it is automatically assigned. The teacher need not assign a particular homework for every week, just like they do in Google Classroom.
So no, they don't need. I mean, you have multiple facilities. If you want to make this like a folder, you can do. You can do assignments as a particular period, right? You can assess them for a specific date to date. All those features are all available in the platform.
So Usha, is it that it's a safety certification or something?
We currently don't have any of the PII information saved, other than that, of course, we do have the parents' email address, right? We will be working with all the two certifications. We worked with, we spoke with the Google partnerships as well, and they actually recommended us to build as an add-on so that it can be add-on to Google Classroom, so that we can start using this in the schools as well. We have many case studies and the use cases. We spoke to the teachers, even the very high powerful platform like Power School, Schoology that's being used in schools, the teachers say it's so hard. But when they use it, it's very easy for them. Yes, Jyotsna.
Yeah, what's the age group that?
Anybody. I can show you a video who's like a first grade who gave a testimonial last week. Okay. And she said, I'm so responsible.
Yeah, let's
Last question. Yeah. How are you taking investments? You're asking for 2 years.
Safe notes.
So, okay. What was the break?
You can go through the details.
All right.
okay. Thank you very much. So next, I'm going to invite Mr. Venkat and his partner. They both are here. Christian, they are going to here to present their product Box Basics, investing in the future of women's care. Yeah. Mr. Venkat also has a wide variety of interests. He's a photographer, cinematographer, he's also into movies,
and a lot of things. And he's also selected for Guinness Book of World Records because of his photographic skills. He has to present his vision, team, and go-to-market strategy. And there are a few questions in the last talk about how we are going to do for the parents. I think we can learn more from this too, and she can also learn their strategies. It's mind blowing what they are. Yeah. Make it it's up to you.
I feel good. Hey, somebody going to time?
Yeah,
I'm going to MC.
Yeah.
No, we'll do it like this.
Okay, we'll do it like this. Okay. Make up your mind, guys. Okay. Hi, everybody. Thank you for the opportunity. It's me and my partner Christian. We want to present the company. So, hey, Christian, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing? Thank you.
I'm doing good. What's happening, man? It's been a long time.
Yeah, well, good. How about you?
I'm going well. I mean, I was just thinking because I travel between New York and Boston. Every time I travel, I forget my travel kit, man. I mean, I forget my toothpaste, if I have my toothbrush. It's all confusing. Maybe I want to create like a business opportunity where it's in e-commerce, it sells like travel kit for man. What do you think?
I don't really know about that. Thank you. Like, why would you not just go to the store yourself and buy this product?
Man, you're the marketing expert. All these products that you buy off the shelf. It's like mass produced. It's got nothing exciting, but there's like tons of new companies that are coming out, which is like great for men, and they don't have the perfect education. It might be a great opportunity.
To be honest, when I travel, I don't even bother bringing my grooming essentials with me because I know they're going to get taken away at TSA. And there's no point, and I often end up, buying products that I don't even want at the hotel or destination.
I don't have the products in the hotel suck, but I hate my favorite perfume thrown away in the TSA. It's very annoying. So that's why we want to create this in a way that all the high quality products get them at the doorstep, perfect quality that they can carry it wherever they go.
It's a good idea. Let's do it, thank you.
Think about it. So I think very much. Thank you.
Oh, no, hold on.
Yeah. A little closer, yeah.
Because it's going live.
Oh, sure.
So over the next 3 months, Lenky and I had devised a business plan, financial projections. We had established potential partnerships with grooming brands in the United States. We incorporated our company on March 13th, 2020. One of our taglines was, "The way we travel has changed forever."
We're going to change it forever.
Little did we know, 3 days later, the COVID pandemic took over the whole world. The travel industry collapsed completely. Our whole idea and business plan went out the window.
Hey, my name is Venki. I've been a photographer for the last 2 decades, shooting fashion, predominantly men and women. And my new venture is Box Basics.
My name is Christian. I'm the co-founder of Box Basics. I have 10 years of experience in digital marketing. And this is where we were 2 years ago, and this is where we are now.
So we were selected to be the top 33 brands to watch for in 2021. But we did do a small batch testing with a lot of men. And then we figured out, taking a lot of feedback, we figured out that there's a lot more in need. So we did pivot a little bit after that and made it better for men.
Don't be like John, be like Francois. So we all know John, someone who puts minimal effort into the way that he looks, only uses something, a self-care product if it's recommended by a friend or a significant other, doesn't really spend time searching for grooming products because he doesn't really know how or where to even begin. We all know Francois, the French archetype of a well-groomed, well-dressed man. Someone who appears to have a deep understanding of grooming routines and the products that are best to use. Someone who smells good all the time. Someone that John wishes they could become. There's currently no go-to solution for grooming essentials, and without the knowledge, men often settle for low-quality products that do not elevate their routine.